this is the first vlog of my trip. I want to thank everyone who made this possible. I want to really thank my wife for putting up with me planning this and doing what I need to do. I want to thank my parents for helping me, Jay, especially Jay right now too. When you start doing things that are for God, you find that evil tries to stop you. Last night, as I was getting all of my last minute odds and ends taken care of, we found a shut-off notice for our electricity. It's supposed to be shut off today. I called and got that rearranged, but you just kind of feel like you get kicked a lot. You get kicked when you're down, you get kicked when you're up, you just get kicked. And it's a lot. And it's a tough world. I mean, we live in a world where evil gets rewarded. I'm a teacher. Probably one of the toughest jobs in the world. And I get paid next to nothing. I have all the stress. I have all of this just going on, and when, in all honesty, it should really be, not necessarily like we shouldn't be like get paid millions, but we should be getting paid a living wage. My wife and I are both teachers. We live paycheck to paycheck. We have 2 kids, a house, 2 cars, everything that the American dream was made of, but we can't afford it. We can't even afford to be poor. We can't afford to work. But we still do it. My wife and I are still bleeding hearts. And it's made me question my faith at times. I mean, the thing is, I can say, in all honesty, that I don't question my work. Like, I don't go in and, not running a sweatshop in some, far off country with child labor. No. I'm doing something that is beneficial to society. I'm doing something that is morally acceptable. I can go to sleep at night knowing, hey, I did good and I did well. But unfortunately, what ends up happening is you see these. I'm not harping on celebrities, but I'm harping on celebrities. And you see these celebrities who are just so removed from the world and reality, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute. Why did they... What? Like Marie Antoinette let them eat cake. She wasn't saying that to be like, she just could not understand that people were born and didn't love the monarchy, so they replaced it with another monarchy. But we don't talk about that. The remove from day to day. But then I also have to say, people in the trenches don't always look up. Get either mired down by the extreme of wealth and power and fame and don't look down, but then when you're in the trenches, you don't always look up. you get mired down by living paycheck to paycheck. It's hard. It's hard to look up when you feel like you're just putting out fires. It's hard to think that maybe that there should be more to this. That there should be an equalizer. And the only equalizer that we really have is death. I would say, I used to say taxes, but yeah. I wish I had tax equals. But it's that idea of the only real equalizer between all of us is death. I just hope that when I die, I'm going in the right direction. And that's where the faith comes in. That's where you have to have faith that in the resurrection, in Christ, and in God, and all, the church, all of it. But when you constantly look down in the trenches and you look up to see heaven, it becomes more of a pipe dream. It becomes so hard. But I also thought about that too, what makes it so hard. I think about other, back in the 1920s, they're the poor people, like the back in May Day kind of thing. What was different? And I think because they didn't have anything, they didn't expect much. But when you've had, and you live in a world that is that expectation of getting everything when you want everything, it becomes depressing. It becomes almost like an insult to you. I don't have what others have. Either something is deficient inside of me, or it's a conspiracy against me. And it's hard to think, no, there's no deficiency in you, and that, no, there isn't a conspiracy against you. It's just the way things are, and we mourn the loss of stuff. Probably the same way we mourn the loss of a loved one. I think of, the disciples, like, what do I need to do to follow you? And she's like, sell everything and follow me. And the disciple left and was upset because he had a lot of things. I don't think, part of it is living a much more simple life. But I think another part of it is, what are we going to mourn? What are we going to mourn when the crap hits the fan? And that's what I mean when you can't look up from the trenches, just as people don't look down to see who they're stepping on. We don't look up to see who we're missing. Asking for help, probably the scariest thing I can do. For two reasons. One, you put yourself out there and you're open up to possible rejection. And three, you honestly believe you're deficient. That you are unworthy. But somewhere in this whole scheme of things, you are not good enough. Not good enough to be. Just not good enough. It's hard. hours. I'm on the road. I just left Latrobe Airport. That's where I picked up the car rental. Met my dad. Said goodbye to my kids. That's the hard part too. I'm gonna miss my kids. I love my kids. I have two of the best kids anyone could ever ask for. And I feel like I failed them. I feel like I've let them down on so many different ways and occasions that I can't get the shut off notice, and you're just like, why am I putting my kids through this? They can shut the power off on me. I can't let them shut the power off on the kids. I can't, and you're beholden to all of these other people that may not actually care. But you care so much about your kids. You care so much about your wife and your family. My wife and I, we would move heaven and earth for our kids. I mean, I know every parent says that, but I think every parent would. If they could, they would. For my kids deserve the best, just like everyone else's. No Nepo babies here. But even then, it's like, well, I'll muse on this throughout the car ride. Maybe I'll record something else again. But right now.